Hi, I'm Will Be Live, and I have zero moral fiber. Hooray! Subscribing is something nice that you could do today. Please. Welcome back to Will Be Live, and welcome to Bitcraft Online. This is a new open world sandbox mmorpg which I've been having a ton of fun with recently. The game is currently in early access, but I do feel like it has a lot of legs and a very strong foundation upon which to build. It is mostly gathering and crafting oriented, with an emphasis on base building and player made settlements, which they call claims. I've been playing the game for about a week now, and it struck me that some of these settlements are so intricate and so beautifully put together that it would be an injustice for me not to share them. And so the plan is to go on a grand tour of the Bitcraft map, which I believe is called Starfell. We're going to begin with the place that I've called home for the last week, a settlement in Region 8 called Aetherspire. After that, I've got no idea where I'm meant to be going. So if you know of a settlement or you live out of a settlement which you think should be showcased, let me know in the comments below. Welcome to Aetherspire. Aetherspire is a thriving settlement situated in the heart of Region 8, in the shadow of this colossal skyscraping temple, or spire, from which it derives its name. I was lucky enough to begin my journey in the ruined settlement of Glomspire before a quest carried me north to Aetherspire, where I was taken in by the community and nurtured as one of their own. Until I met this guy, who pointed me in the direction of saggy birds and made me be his chicken-chasing lackey for the next 3 days. Bitcraft exploitation is a real issue. If you're suffering from such a thing, reach out to someone who cares. The settlement is split into 4 distinct districts, which are situated around a central plaza. Each district focuses on 1 or 2 professions, with the exception of the northeastern district, which is where the taskmasters are congregated. I really like little touches like this. Aside from the fact that it's super convenient to have all the taskmasters so close together, their placement also seems very purposeful, as if they've come together around the bonfire to have a conversation or to catch up with each other. These are lovely little touches that make the settlement seem so much more alive and well considered. These little flourishes are things that you see consistently throughout Aetherspire. For example, these gargantuan trees that provide shade for the smithing and the farming districts. I really appreciate that someone has taken the time to provide such a harmonious and pleasant environment to grind out in. Aside from being just easy on the eye, Aetherspire is also incredibly well suited for new players. The settlement itself is slap bang in the middle of a calm forest biome, which means it's surrounded by Tier 1 and Tier 2 resources. This made it the ideal location for me to get a start in the game. They also have one of the busiest marketplaces in Region 8, with access to essentially everything you would require to get yourself up and running. It's also been my main base of operations while trying to get my own settlement claim together, and I owe a lot, if not all of my menial success, to the community within Aetherspire that fostered me. They also have a very active Discord which I would highly recommend checking out if you would like to make Aetherspire your home. The settlement owner Elia asked me to go gentle when reviewing the dock district of the settlement. I think this is due to her perceiving the district to be relatively unfinished, but through my eyes, the unrefined nature of this particular district really adds character to it. I really like the idea of there being an area within a settlement which is slightly more, not impoverished, but still developing. It kind of adds an extra element of realism to it, I suppose, in the sense that the people who live in these little fishing huts might not necessarily be as affluent as the people who live in the smithing area, for example. I think the whole settlement feels really cohesive in general, but if I had to pick out some of my favourite standout features, I think I would begin with the plaza. I like the way that the settlement totem serves as a centre point for the rest of the settlement and divides it into these districts, and the way that these pillars are used ornamentally, along with the flowers and the water pumps, is a really nice touch. The marketplace being positioned on the river itself is very well considered, and is also extremely practical, as ships can come down the river and access the market without even having to enter the settlement. This composition of charm and practicality is what makes Aetherspire so attractive to me. I am very under-travelled when it comes to the world of Bitcraft, but I really believe that I struck lucky when I spawned near Aetherspire and was drawn here by the quest. It really set the bar high and is definitely somewhere that I draw inspiration from when considering my own settlement, which I've just started building recently. I think in closing, my main takeaway from my time in the settlement of Aetherspire has been that without my stumbling upon such a place, my introduction to Bitcraft would have been extremely different, and perhaps not as fortuitous or as positive as it would have been otherwise. I have really come to appreciate the place and the people who inhabit it. I think on face value it would be very easy to underestimate the amount of collaborative effort it takes to continue to maintain and to build a place like Aetherspire. As my journey and my experience within the world of Bitcraft has progressed, It has been an extremely humbling realization when coming to terms with just how much effort is required to produce even a fraction of the grandeur of Aetherspire itself, and many other settlements out there. If you happen to make it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching, and let me know which settlement I should be visiting next. Also, if you'd like to join the fledgling plebeian empire, you can watch me struggle to found my own settlement on twitch.tv/willbelive. Hope to see you there. Thank you. Goodbye, my friends. Have a lovely day.